shadow saved me. This is the story of Jeff when he was 21 years old back in 1996, November 17th. Jeff was going towards his town. He left Bismarck at night to meet his grandparents. But the air in his tire is very less, due to which he is driving a little slowly, and he gets a little late. That's why he takes this shortcut road, which was little dangerous. Very empty and scary route, very lonely type, forest area everywhere. And there is a risk on such routes. If ever something is stolen or something happens, there will be no one around to help, but Jeff is getting late, so he doesn't think much and goes on the same path. So now it is 11:30 in the night. Now Jeff is driving normally there when he suddenly sees that there is a small girl who is waving at him. Jeff gets a little curious as to where she came from suddenly. Well, a little distance away there is a small hill which has some houses, so it makes sense that maybe that girl came from there. When Jeff goes to that girl with his car, the girl tries to stop him, and Jeff stops his car. The girl looked to be about 15 to 16 years old. Well, that girl was looking very sweet. She comes near Jeff's mirror and knocks, then Jeff lowers the mirror. The girl is wearing hoodie, and Jeff asks, "Why are you here? What are you doing at this time on the empty road?" Beyond which the girl says, "I have to go somewhere urgent. Can you please give me lift?" Well, Jeff was also very bored by then, so Jeff thinks that it is okay. If this place will come in between, then I will drop you. Then Jeff makes her sit. Now they're going. They talked a lot in between. Then the girl tells that her name is Sierra, and she's going to visit her uncle. Well, she had missed the bus at 10 p.m. in the night, and she had to reach urgently. She had to give exams in the next morning, beyond which Jeff felt very strange. He asks her that, how can your parents leave you so late in the night? You are still a child. Where are you going alone so late in the night? To which she says, "Well, I was going to go in the middle of the evening, but my father said that he would leave me, so we had dinner together, and we had a plan for the night. But father's health suddenly deteriorated, so I had no option left, and I had to come alone." Now, within an hour, they had crossed all the risky road, and now they were about to reach. Then, suddenly the girl says angrily, "Okay, stop the car here and Jeff does this." He stops the car on the side. The girl gets out and starts going. Then suddenly Jeff asks her that, where will she go from here? Then the girl says that, "Can you see the hill? My house is over there, so I will go there." On this, Jeff says that it is a bit dangerous to go alone at night. "Let me do one thing. I will go with you. I will leave you there." On which the girl suddenly says in an angry tone, "You just had to leave me here, not beyond this. I will meet you some other time. Now you go well." Jeff had to ask her many questions, but with the look she was giving and the tone with which she was speaking, Jeff did not make any argument, in fact. Jeff says that her voice was also changing a little, so Jeff left her there and he came to his grandparents' home. And the grandparents gets very shocked at how he came from that way. Then Jeff tells them in detail that he had found a girl named Sierra. All this happened, on which the grandparents start scolding Jeff and tell him to never come from that way next time. And don't even think of coming so late in the night, because that road is considered to be the place for many paranormal things. Seeing such ghosts there is very normal. Jeff is such a boy who doesn't believe in ghosts and spirits, so he doesn't listen to anything beyond that and goes to sleep in his bed. Rest there for the day, and then visit to beach with his friends from the nearby areas. So they all decide a trip, and they went to beach with lots of snacks and cold drinks, and they chilled whole day on the beach, and in evening time all were relaxing in the middle of the beach. Then suddenly they sees that there is a hill. There is a house on the top, from where a man is coming down. That man must be around 40 years old. Now when he is coming down, he is also looking at them. All of them become curious that who is this man at this time. Then that person also comes near them. A similar conversation is happening between everyone. Then Jeff asks Uncle, "Where are you coming from?" Then he tells that, "Can you see the house behind the hill? There is only my house there, so I am coming from there." Suddenly, when this thing happens, Jeff remembers about Sierra and asks Uncle who else lives there. Then Uncle tells that I, my wife, and my 2 children only. Then Jeff asks, "Are you living alone there? You have no neighbors nearby." Then Uncle tells him that there is all forest at that place. Only our house is there. Jeff asks that there must be some other girl living there named Sarah. She must be about 15 years old. She must be going to school. She too must be living here somewhere. As soon as he hears this, Uncle's eyes widen with tears in his eyes, and he says Sarah was my daughter, and she had died 10 years ago. Jeff becomes very shocked after hearing this and says that how can this happen? I had just met Sarah. I had met her when I was coming in the car. I had left her here. The uncle is listening to this carefully, and Jeff further tells that Sarah had told me that she was at her uncle's house. As soon as Uncle heard this, he was very surprised, and he told the other side of the story that yes, when Sarah was coming 10 years ago to my brother's house, but suddenly my health deteriorated. Beyond which, Sarah had asked for a lift in a vehicle, and she was coming in that vehicle, but on the way, that vehicle meets with an accident. All the people in that vehicle survive. Everyone gets minor injuries, but unfortunately Sarah dies on the spot. Now Jeff is not able to believe all these things. It is also possible that he is talking about some other girl and the one whom I had met. Then Jeff went with Uncle to his house. As soon as he goes to Uncle's house, the first thing he sees is a big photo of Sarah, the same Sarah who had just met with Jeff. Jeff can't believe what is happening. What is this? There were many questions coming in Jeff's mind that what would have happened if I had insisted on dropping Sarah home? Had she followed me, or what would have happened if I had not given lift to Sarah? Such questions Jeff could not understand. And when Jeff met her, it was the 16th of November, and when Sarah died, it was also the 16th of November, meaning he met Sarah on the exact date when she died. Well, Jeff also asks many people when he was going to his city that have you ever heard anything like this? That any such ghost or spirit is here. She is wandering in the vehicles asking for lift. Everyone says no, there is nothing like that. So Jeff does not understand anything. Now Jeff is going back towards his home. Even while going on the same road, only Sarah is on his mind. Many questions are coming in his mind, like where was she for these 10 years, and what happened that she came back after 10 years among so many people? Why did she meet only me? And why did she say while leaving that I will meet you again? Will I meet her again? Well, Jeff did not have the answers to all these things, but one thing he knew was that Sarah had absolutely no intentions of hurting Jeff, because if she had, then she would have had a lot of chances to hurt Jeff, but she had not done so. As the days passed, Sarah's memories had started to fade away. Jeff had joined a new job. Jeff was now very busy in his job. He was juggling between office and other activities. Now even Jeff did not go to his grandparents' place because he was so busy in the office. The grandparents who were there used to come to Jeff's place very often. Jeff did not need to go to his village to visit their house. Well, time passed. Almost 2 to 3 years had passed. Now after 2-3 years, finally Jeff gets time. He takes leave for a week and he went to his grandparents' house. But when going there, he takes the same shortcut because he wants to talk to Sarah again, because he wants to ask hundreds of questions from Sarah. So he reached there at exact 11 p.m. like previous time, but he could not able to met Sarah. He waited there for Sarah for almost 1 hour, but he could not find Sarah. So he moved forward to his grandparents' house because he thought he will never met Sarah again in his life, and he again gets busy in his job and personal matters. And the year passed like this. Then again, after 1 year, his grandparents organized a New Year party, and they invited Jeff to there. But due to office work, Jeff said to his parents that, "You go first, I will come next day to Grandpa's house." So next day when he was going to there, he takes the same shortcut, but now Sarah's memories vanished from his mind. He was driving and humming, but then suddenly at exact 11:0 p.m., he saw Sarah standing in front of his car. But this time, Sarah was not waving her hand to Jeff. She was standing quietly. Then Jeff came outside of the car and offered Sarah to come to his car. He will drop her to her home. Then Sarah came, opened the door, and sat inside the car. Then Sarah said angrily, "Do you know who I am? What can I do with you?" Then Jeff said, "I know who you are. And I also know that your intentions are pure for me, but why you choose only me to communicate?" Then Sarah said, Everyone is not like me here. They can harm you very badly even today. But I am protecting you from these evil spirits because this road is a place of ghosts and witches while you always choose this way. They can even kill you. This is my last time to protecting you. But after this, I will never come to protect you. And I warn you never come again from this road. Otherwise, you will its own responsible for your death because they are eagerly waiting to hunt you. And I never want anyone to feel the same suffering and curse which my family had felt ever. And then, suddenly she disappears in front of my eyes. And I was just stunned. Then I start my car and drive at a full speed. My heart was beating like a ball. Then, within half hour, I reached at my grandparents' house. Then I got relieved that I am at least safe here. But then I didn't tell anything to anyone. And I attend the party and pretend a happy mood in front of my family members. And after 2 days, I came back from my grandparents' house and continued my same routine. But from that day, I never visited my grandparents' house till today. Not even that road where I met Sarah, but I never understand who was she. Was she an angel or a spirit who saved my life? And I can't believe that spirits can also save us. And I don't know, will Sarah contact me again or not? Thank you, Sarah.